So now we'll see the troubleshooting here. So in troubleshooting perspective, whenever you are troubleshooting the WAN links, so you have to check whenever you see the status message like up and up, which means your connectivity is working fine and you have a reachability from your location to remote location. Okay, so let's go and see here in the troubleshooting perspective how it is going to happen. So let me open up the lab here. So coming to the troubleshooting perspective, so let me open up the CLI console of the device. So this routers has been already configured with some IP addressing. So if I say the command show IP interface brief, so whenever you see the status message here up and up, which means your connectivity is working fine. So there is no issue to reach from your location to a remote location. So let's try to ping here to your opposite WAN interface, which is 10.0.0.2. I should be able to get the response. So which means it is going to confirm that the connectivity or the reachability between my router 1 to router 2 was working perfectly fine. So whenever you see the status message down and down, so in this status message, whenever you see the status of down and down, so the problem might be either your remote device was not powered on, so might be due to some power issue, your device might got down, or else the issue with the port, so either the port was not working or the port was in a shutdown state. At that point of time also you will see the status message called down and down, or else next problem might be there is a connectivity issue. So whatever the cable you are using to connect from your location to the remote location, from one device to another device, so if there is any issue with this cable, at that point of time also your network will go down. At that point of time you will see the status message called down and down, or else if you won't configure any IP address on this particular remote end, if you won't configure the IP address, at that point of time also you will see the status message called down and down. So in my lab, I'll be shutting down this interface. I'll create some problem by logging into this interface and I'll shut down this. And I'll verify the status message whether it is going to show it as a down and down or not. So let's go and verify it. So here on my router 2, what I'll do is I'll log out to the interface serial 0x0x0, and here I'll say the command called shutdown. So once I say this, your interface status will be down, right? So now let's go and try to see the verification by using a command called show IP interface brief. You will see here status message is down and down. So which means the problem might be here either the remote device was powered off, or else the problem with the connectivity, or else you haven't configured the IP address of your device, or else you haven't configured the no shutdown command on your opposite end. So in my lab, I have created the problem by shutting down this interface. So that's the reason I'm seeing here the status as a down and down. So let's log on to the interface again by giving interface serial 0x0x0, and if you say the command no shutdown, then your interface status will change to up, and you will see again if you verify with the command called show IP interface brief, and if you press enter, now your interface status will change to up and up. Again, now if you try to reach to the opposite end, you can able to get the response. So whenever your interface goes down and if you try to ping to that opposite device or opposite WAN connection interface, you can't able to get any kind of response. So your packets are going to get dropped. Okay, and here the third problem is whenever you see the status message is administratively down and down. So whenever you see the status message administratively down and down, you have to confirm that on this local device you haven't configured no shutdown command on that specific interface. At that point of time you will see the status message calling administratively down and down. So let's go and verify here by logging on to the interface, and I'll say interface serial 0x0x0, and I'll say here command called shutdown. So now again if I say show IP interface brief, I should able to see the status message on this interface as a administratively down and down. So whenever you see the status message administratively down and down, which means you need to understand that you haven't provided no shutdown command on this interface. So again, let's log on to the interface, serial 0 by 0 by 0, and simply you just say the command called no shutdown. Now your interface status will comes up. Coming to the fourth point here, whenever you see the status message up and down. So we'll come to this fourth point of troubleshooting after discussing some kind of WAN encapsulations or